Long time no see, I know.
Yeah.
Just a little update, I guess. So, where should we begin? I guess we stopped, like the last video was we moved.
Yeah, so we were packing to move. I don't know if we ever even post that video. I know we're slacking. We're going to be catching up on our videos. But, yeah, we moved. We settled in. Then I had my mom move.
And we actually moved, like, I mean, let's kind of recap. Okay, so we live in Miami, but I wouldn't even say that. But that's, like, the best comparison for people, let's say, that are from Florida. And then we just moved a little bit more north because I worked pretty far from the house.
Yeah, she worked, like, in downtown area.
And I was spending way too much time in the car, and as you all know, I drive a Jeep Wrangler, and so gas was just terrible. So we moved a little bit more north, and now Adrian's closer to work, and I actually quit my job, so there's another surprise. That's a video for another day. And what else?
I started ENT school, and
schedules just have been insane.
Yeah, a whole bunch of like schedules for that's why we really haven't been like having time to edit. Honestly, Jasmine's been trying to edit like a video for the past week, but we're just having like problems with both our computers. So you might honestly be computer shopping sooner or later.
Yeah. Hence why we're filming in the car, because there's just no time in the day. There's not enough hours in the day to sit there and try to film a video with a freaking 13-month-old. And
oh yeah, Mila turned 1.
Oh my god, yeah. Mila turned 1. We had the biggest party for her. So yeah, it was super exciting. She had all her little baby friends
boss baby right there.
And it was a really good time. So and of course we did not film it just because we're noobs.
Yeah, and we're trying to be like in the moment and everything.
Yeah, there was so much going on. Adrian and I are really just trying to host and just welcome everybody because people were traveling from all over, and so it was just like a really special day and a very like intimate time with family wise, so we just didn't want to like intrude on that.
And then the party got rained out, so then we're trying to like scramble everything, move everything inside. So
we literally hired a party planner, and this party planner did like this whole outdoor decoration type thing. And then literally everybody got, like, people started showing up and it just started downpouring, like
a Category 2 hurricane.
And then beautiful Dorian came. So for those of you that don't know who Dorian is, Dorian was what, Category 5?
Yeah.
Hurricane that was supposed to hit us like 3 weeks ago.
No, like 2 weeks ago. Like 2 Saturdays ago. And so yeah, and then like obviously since we have Mila and everything, and she was like, that was like her last week on formula, so she's not on formula anymore. We obviously, like, we being like new parents and everything, we've never had like any hurricane before, power outage before, so honestly.
By the way, Mila is premature, so technically she's like a month behind. So I know that might sound weird that she's like not on formula, and she was like, she's now 13 months, but yeah.
She was 5 weeks pre.
Yeah.
So, what was I saying?
Dang, I forgot.
Right. Oh yeah, so we didn't know like what to do if we lost power or not. So I guess just to like play it safe, we actually just decided to do a little mini vacay, and we went back to Indiana, and we decided just to have Mila like meet everyone basically.
Yeah. So we've been like begging my family, because the last time my family actually came here, which everybody came, was for my baby shower, because I'm the first grandchild, cousin etc. to have a child. So my whole entire family from Indiana literally came. I think we were missing one of my uncles, and I think that was it, and which was literally the best time ever. Granted, I was waddling around, but it was so much fun. Mila's birthday party was a little bit different just because everybody kind of had opposite schedules, and even though this birthday party was being planned, I get it, like life happens, people make other arrangements, like I get it.
Yeah, and it was during like the school year.
Yeah, so it was just very, very difficult, and we have family all over. I mean, I have people in California. I have people in China now. Like it's just a bunch of different things in Arizona. So not everybody could make it, but it was still a really good time. So with that being said, we had decided, my mom's a nurse, so my mom immediately had to be at the hospital if Dorian did come. So my mom was out of the question. And then one day she called me and she's like, you know what, she's like, I think we're just gonna go to Indiana. And I was like, what? First of all, Adrian and I were both asleep, so she woke me up to tell me this. And so
it was like 9 a.m. She woke me up early.
Yeah, so she's like, I just have really bad feelings because Andrew was like, started out like this, like as nothing, and then next thing you know, like everything was just leveled. And so she's like, you know, I just don't have a good feeling about it. Like, just pack the car and drive tonight, and we're gonna, like, you guys are gonna leave at 10 p.m. And by this point it was like 9 something. And so at this point, like, I'm on the phone and I'm like, this is a joke. And so she's like, no.
She woke me up.
She's like, no. She's like, get up and start like getting ready. So without that being said, like, Adrian had already committed to helping his mom move to Boca Raton, which is like an hour and like
an hour, 10 minutes away.
Yeah, so that was a whole day in itself. So, but we didn't leave there until like 3.
Yeah, like 3 in the afternoon. So, get woken up at 9. Get told to pack, but I already had committed, so I had to still do that. I still had help my mom pack the U-Haul and everything, get that ready. Then go back, and then we have to pack, clean up, and then triple, quadruple check everything we have, since we're gonna be freaking 1,200 miles away.
Yeah.
And then pack the Wrangler from freaking top to bottom.
We've never traveled with Mila like that before, so especially like going. Yeah. Literally the car ride was like 20 hours in the car. So, and Mila, of course, Adrian and I were freaking out because like, okay, Mila's never traveled this far. She's never been in the car this long. Like, we just didn't know what we needed. So we packed literally the whole entire house into the Jeep. And then my sister, Adrian, and Mila, we all packed up and left that night. And then we got to Indy the following day afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah, because so we woke up at 9. I left my mom's by like 3 in the afternoon, and we were on the road by like 10 at night. So it was a busy day. And
I know a lot of people are like, why didn't you guys just fly?
All the flights were sold out, and like the very few flights that were still around were like $1,000.
Yeah.
And especially since this was like a same day thing.
Because this world is so messed up. Yeah. So they were gonna try and screw people over, because everybody knows that people were trying to evacuate because nobody knew what the circumstance was. Dorian kept shifting and shifting and shifting and shifting, and worst case scenario, it was gonna hit towards Florida. So everybody was just trying to get out or like make arrangements to go somewhere. So they were just gonna jack up the price and think that that's okay. So, I mean, at that point, we were just like, okay, instead of just trying to get tickets or whatever last minute, let's just go ahead and pack up the car and drive, because either way, we did not feel comfortable staying here with Mila.
Yeah. Yeah, so instead of spending $1,000 on flights, we just spent like $250 in gas.
Yeah.
And
so we literally got there. All of us were bloodshot eyes, extremely exhausted. Mila was a trooper. She did fairly well.
Yeah.
For her being so small, and for Mila never being like in the car for that long, it was great. I give kudos to her.
Stretches are key. That's like what I think got us through. Just random stops every time. Just put her on the floor, put on her shoes, and then have her walk around a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to like keep her sane.
And we didn't care if we were like stopping multiple times. It was just the fact that we just had to get past Orlando, which Orlando is like 4 hours from us, because up into Orlando there was no gas.
Yeah.
So that was our mission, just get to Orlando, and that's what we did. So
yeah, we're lucky to like everywhere we went they still had gas. But I know that was a big concern, and
it was definitely an adventure.
Yeah.
Like, we literally got there, and my cousins obviously didn't know that we were coming, because granted this was planned literally in a morning. And so we get there, whatever, and I'm telling all my cousins like, okay, hey, by the way, like, surprise visit, we're in Indy. And all my friends, of course, everybody was so excited to see us, but unfortunately it was under bad circumstances, but we just had the best time. We stayed there for 3 days.
Yeah.
3 days. We honestly went there with no plan. Like, we were just gonna go there, hang out, see my family. And when Dorian passed, when she decided to make her moves, whatever she was gonna do, that's when we would go ahead and drive back down.
Yeah.
But the issue was when we were driving back down was the destruction that she would have caused through the states that we had to go through. So that's why we were kind of just waiting it out and waiting it out. We had already notified like jobs and stuff like that, because at the time I was still working. So we had notified jobs and everything that we were evacuating due to Dorian, etc., etc. And so it wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, we ended up staying there for 3 days and then drove back. What was that? Tuesday.
Yeah, and honestly, I was trying to like, yeah, we left like a Tuesday afternoon. We got back like Wednesday.
Yeah.
And honestly, when we were getting back, it was getting pretty close to like Orlando, Jacksonville, up there. And we were trying to race it, so we were like passing it before it like was supposed to reach landfall or whatever. So that was a thing in itself, trying to race a storm. And what else? I don't know. It's been a lot.
Yeah.
And sorry guys, I brought all my cameras. I brought my 2 GoPros and I brought this camera. And I was like, oh yeah, for sure we're gonna film and all this stuff, but
there was so much going on.
We had like the days planned from like start to end. Like every day was just non-stop. Like every hour we're meeting someone else. We're showing Mila too. So. And
on top of that, like Mila was totally off her schedule, totally off her eating patterns, and so it was just like she was going to bed super late and then getting up like at 12 in the afternoon the following day, or like 1 in the afternoon, which is not super unheard of in our household, but for that, you could just tell she was just overly exhausted.
Yeah.
So then from the moment she got up, it was like, okay, shower, like get in the car, like let's go. Everything was just on the move. So now, I mean, we're trying to take the time and plan an actual trip. To plan an actual trip to go to Indy and just like have the time to visit family, visit friends, and literally just take the time to relax. So that's what's next on our to-do list. So then once we found out that Dorian wasn't actually going to hit, we decided to make the drive back. We drove back, got back Wednesday, left on a Tuesday from Indy, and then got back Wednesday afternoon. All of us literally just died in the bed. Like everybody was exhausted, and
yeah, Mila basically had like a hangover for like 2 days or 3 days, just trying to catch up to like her normal schedule.
And on top of that, Mila, of course, because nothing can be easy. So the morning of that we were gonna leave, Mila ended up coming down with a very high grade fever. So we started with Tylenol, alternating Tylenol, Motrin. Hi.
Someone's up. Say hi. Say hi. Big stretch. And
so we started alternating Tylenol and Motrin just to kind of see if we could bring it down, and it just was not budging. So still, even with like Zarbee's, which is like a natural like homeopathic like cough syrup, so we started with that. Like it was just a bunch of things, and we were just taking her temperature on the regular, or like trying to get fluids into her. Like it was just a crazy car ride, like on top of us having to drive 20 hours back, which is gonna sound crazy to a lot of you, but we had to do the drive. Everybody had to go back to normalcy. Like that's just how it played out. So by the time we got home, Mila was still sick, everybody was exhausted, everybody had to return to work on Thursday. So yeah, and then Friday morning I got a call from my boss saying that enrollment had been down with my kids, like with school, so just to take like a leave of absence. So that's what I'm doing now. But other than that, I'm with Mila full time, so no complaints.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to cut it right there just because the camera's overheating. I think we're pretty much caught up with everything. Yeah. So now I guess we're just gonna try to
post as much, because there's a bunch of footage. It just needs to be edited and sent out to you guys.
Yeah, we have like 3 hours of footage, so we're gonna try to catch up on that.
Hi.
And then we're gonna keep posting. Say bye. Bye. No? Alright guys, well,
we appreciate you guys bearing with us, and
we're gonna try to get back on our regular.
Yeah. Because we missed you.
Say bye.
Right? Say bye-bye.
All right, guys. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.